All right, guys, we're back. It's Monday. We're going to, Rev and I haven't chit chatted for a while, so we're going to do some more Hearthstone reviews. But of course, we're going to get back into Dual Force. I think I'm going to stream that later tonight if I'm not too tired. Let's get Rev in there because we have a lot to cover. Mr. Rev is finally here. What's up?
Hey, what's good?
So I've come to the conclusion we're probably bad at reviewing cards because a lot of those Dual Force cards end up being really good. But
Oh
like you,
yeah.
I think what you said, it's hard to judge a game you haven't played yet, right?
Yeah, dude, your mic quality's kind of
Is
sus right now.
is it? Or hold on.
Yeah, sounds like you're underwater.
It's probably a. I wonder if it's using. What about now?
That sounds a lot better.
Yeah, I think it was using the webcam. I hate Discord, but it should be hopefully. Oh, let me check for the stream. That's more important. Yeah, good. Yeah.
So I
So,
just I just won the sickest game of Snap
oh, cheating
right
again,
before you
Rev?
called. No. So get this right. So I'm playing an on reveal deck, right? And I play on turn 3. I have a Nebula in play, right? And I play Storm on the left lane, right? And then my opponent plays Storm on the mid lane. Right? So already we're down to 2 locations, right? So I made the judgment call that he was going to play into my storm lane and not his storm lane because I have a nebula, right? And he doesn't want it to scale. So I went all in on left. He also went all in on left.
Oh no.
So then we've got a capped out storm lane and then a storm lane with just 2 power in it for him, right? And then the third location is Quantum Realm.
I
Or
hate quantum.
quantum tunnel, the one that is basically lockjaw.
Oh, okay, that one's
So
decent.
so so it's the only lane left, right? So I play into it on turn 5, and I pull into Doctor Doom, right? So now I'm winning both of the stormed lanes, and he pulls into Spider-Man and locks the third lane. So then neither of us can do anything on turn 6, and I just win.
Oh, that's funny. That is kind of a game like that. Oh, I had a game that was different. It had a Sinister London. They snapped. I had Daredevil. So this is where people are
Mhm.
idiots, right? Or they think people are bluffing, but they're dumb. It was turn 5. He played Dino. Oh, there was 2 different ones actually. Yeah, it was Sinister. It was no, it was a Bar Sinister. What's that one that puts a bunch of copies in one location?
That's Bar Sinister,
Yeah,
yeah.
Bar Sinister. So I go there. I did Daredevil. So they put Dino in there, and I had of course Enchantress. They had snapped before. As soon as they saw that, I saw that play. I snapped back, and they stayed for 8 cubes. You would have left, right? Because I was already winning other lanes, so they were
For
really.
Daredevil, yeah,
Yeah, you would have left. Yeah,
that's good.
yeah,
That's sketchy. I don't know. It depends on how hard I've definitely stayed in games against Daredevil
yeah.
before.
And
If
there
you're
was
winning hard enough, but
And there was another game where it was Sinister London. I had Daredevil again. I was controlling my control deck. They put in the right lane. They put Mister Professor X, so they get that lane. And as soon as they did that, I snapped because there was 2 lanes left. I played uh, my Professor X, and Sinister London locked out those 2 other lanes, and then of course they left. So
nice.
yeah, at least they left. They
Uh,
were, well, they kind of had to because there was no way they were going to win. But it's just like that person with a Daredevil thing. I mean, I don't know, man. Seems kind of.
Dude, I had another 8 cuber the other day that was like I just know that my opponent stopped playing Snap for the night after that game because of how brutal it was.
Oh,
So he's playing a Dino deck, right? And Triskelion comes up, and I get Rogue, right? So then on
oh,
on turn 6, I Rogue his Dino, but I have priority, right? So I Rogue his Dino before he plays Arnim Zola.
oh, not good.
So they just copies 2 like nullified dinos and loses 8 cubes.
That's not
Oh
fun.
man.
Yeah, some people, I don't know. They stick in longer than they should.
Well, I mean, I don't blame him for that. It would have been a strong play, but I just, I had the counter.
Yeah, I love that. It's rare that you get a Bar Sinister, or not Bar Sinister, Sinister London with Professor X wins. It's usually you
Mhm.
don't do that.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
let's do. I think we left off with the. I guess we're gonna start with the Emerald Star because we left off with the Warrior Titan, right? We weren't too impressed with
Yeah,
that.
that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
So this one's a 7 mana uh Argus here, the Emerald Star. So it's a 7 mana 5. Now decent stats. Titan. Minions to the left of this have Rush. Ooh. And the minions to the right have Life Steal. That's actually a really good card. What's his
Hmm.
ability, sir? Let's look. All right, so the first one, show of force, reduce the cost of your minions in your hand by 2. Yeah, that's really good. Summon 4/2/2 elementals with taunt. That's gonna be kind of cool if you want to get back into or lock up the board if you're behind. Discover a minion. It costs 3 less. That's decent. All right, yeah, that's decent.
A death rattle minion. Yeah. So pretty specific.
I like it. I think it's a good card. Do you?
Yeah, I really like this guy. So I guess the thing to note, right? It's not immediately obvious. Is the second option, Argonite Army. It summons 2 to the left and 2 to the right. So
Oh,
you always get 2 rushers and 2
oh, okay.
life steal taunts.
Well, you would
And
probably.
also the rushers have taunt as well, but like it's probably not super relevant unless you're just up on board already and you're playing it for stats.
Maybe.
Um, but yeah, that's pretty good. So you get to do a bit of both.
Yeah, I like him.
Also, the death rattle minion, you can play it on the left or the right, obviously.
I like
So
it.
you can, if it's a really good death rattle that you want immediately, or you just take something cheap to get the death rattle quick, you can
You
play it
could,
for
yeah,
rush
and get it
and
killed.
just kill it off immediately. Or if it's like a really big death rattle, you can, play it for lifesteal taunt. So that's pretty good. I mean, I imagine you take Argonite Army first most of the time. Like if you need to recover a board, you take Argonite Army. If you just need um, value or to set up plays, you go Show of Force. So like Crystal Carving, you probably don't play super often, but
Yeah.
it's probably a pretty good second or third option sometimes if you just need some value, right?
Yeah. I like the card. It's kind of nice Death Knight theme too, which is good. I like it. I
Yeah,
think it's good. Definitely one of those.
yeah. It's seven mana is a good turn to clear the board too. Because like think about like we haven't talked about the Warlock Titan, I don't think, but like that one for instance, you're talking about clearing the board on turn 10, and a lot of times you're going to be like dead
True.
or
Well, I don't
already
know.
winning on
Hearthstone's
turn
kind
10,
of
right?
isn't Hearthstone kind of slowed down a lot now?
It is right now.
So maybe you could play these kind of late game cards again.
Mhm.
Who knows? But yeah, I like this card a lot.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
it's
it's
a good
good.
good set of effects.
Let's look at the Shaman one.
It's also
6.
we don't get a lot of these like positioning matters
Nah,
cards,
Hearthstone hasn't had
but
that for years.
these are always fun.
Yeah, Hearthstone really hasn't had positioning matters for years, which is good. They're kind of getting more into it.
Yeah, it's because they
Ooh.
took Flame Tongue Totem out of the core set for a long time.
Yeah, they did. Look at this 6/5/7 decent stats. Tiny. Your first spell each turn costs 3 less. Ooh, that's usually very powerful. Roaring Oceans. Deal 3 damage to all enemies, that which means including the hero, right?
Hmm.
And restore 6 health to friendly. Well, that's really good. That's especially good if you're behind. Let's see here. Lord of Skies. Well, this one deal 20 damage. I mean, it's a guaranteed hard removal.
Hmm.
But too bad this can't go face. Well, that'd probably be too OP, wouldn't it?
A little bit.
Especially for 6. Yeah. All right. That's just basically guaranteed you remove a minion. Not bad. 20 is usually overkill. I don't know what minion you would. Now, that's very anti synergy or hard counters the jailer, right? You're screwed then.
I was thinking about the darkness. If your opponent successfully summons the darkness, you get to kill it in one shot.
Yeah, it's true. And this one, draw 3 overload. So it has overload synergy. Okay.
Mhm.
It's not a bad card. Its effects are good. 2 of them are really removal based. Other ones card draw. So obviously you want overload so you can build your deck around it. Yeah, that's a good card. I think it's
Yeah,
good.
I
It's
think this is totally reasonable. Same thing as the Demon Hunter one. It comes in at a good mana cost to be clearing the board.
Yep. Will
Um,
Titan stay on the board until the abilities are out? Well, probably not, but
Also,
definitely gonna get.
those three overload cards. Assuming, I mean, you could be drawing overload minions, but assuming you're drawing overload spells because you've built your
Yeah,
deck
for
a
like
particular
burn.
way, they have the discount. So that's pretty good.
Very true. Oh, here we
You're
go.
also this is also one of these that's like very likely to get a second effect off
It's true.
since you've got two removal options available
That's true.
and a
Very
decent
true.
amount of health.
Yeah, I like it. And this one's a 9 mana 6/12 premium health. Titan, amazing homeboy. The
People have been asking for
villain.
this guy for
Yeah,
years.
villain for in the World of Warcraft or Warcraft lore for years. Titan, open a portal that summons 2/3/2 imps with each turn. So it's kind of like that portal thing that did see play for Warlock. So that's decent. It gives you good value. Some
Lakari
yeah,
sacrifice.
yeah. So that's all play. So this is now this one though is one interesting thing about this is a battle cry. So if you would never use this in wild unless you just want a 6/10 for cheap, which some people might. You don't get the battle cry. So if it cheats it out with like what's his name? Void Caller's in standard now, so you don't want Void Caller in there pulling out this guy because you want the battle cry. Do you still get the effect though if he gets pulled out cheap? I think he does. Or does wait, didn't they comment that he needs his portals there in order for his effect to work? Did I remember reading that?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think Old Guardian made a video. Ooh, if that's the case, then you definitely don't want him cheated out. Unless you just
you might still just because like maybe you're playing a Reno lock deck and you need and you're gonna play a bunch of demons that are high cost and if you pull Sargeras once in a while it's
it's not probably that. Yeah, you're right.
like because there's a lot of times where you're playing Reno lock or Control Warlock or whatever. And it doesn't really matter if your Void Caller summons a Mal'Ganis or if it summons a Void Lord.
True.
Or if it summons Enhanced Dreadlord, right? It's
Yep.
like, yes, you'd rather have one over the other, but a 6/12 cheated into play on turn 5 is gonna
win you games.
Is gonna win the game a lot of the time.
Yeah, especially that health. It's gonna be able to trade, go face a lot. But let's look at its effects. Assuming that you battle cry, you get it on the board to the void. Send all minions into the Twisting Nether. Now the thing about this isn't Twisting Nether; it actually negates. So it's basically like Reno Jackson for the mage, where it poofs. They totally get removed from the graveyard, the game, including the graveyard. No battle cries happen, nothing. So that's a very good removal tool. Twisting Nether itself sees play, I think, still. I don't know if it's in standard, but it does see play in wild. So yeah, that's an excellent effect. Plus you get that body on. Whew. That's excellent. Let's look at another one. Future demons summoned from the Twisting Nether have 2 health. And what does that mean? They're talking about the imps, right?
Yeah. Well, also from the third one. So technically, because the third option summoned 2 6/6 Infernals. So if you did take Legion Invasion first and then take Inferno later, you would have 6/8 Infernals.
Well, I like those effects a lot.
Yeah, this is kind of the ultimate grindy value Titan.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of you remember the drastic hero power, this 2 mana 6/6, where it was so devastating towards control because they could not beat that value. That's kind of like that. Yeah, you're right. I like this card. Some people are a little concerned about it, but I think it's good. I don't see any negative to it. The only thing is our Warlocks grindy right now. A lot of them are still more of aggressive decks. So
yeah, the only issue I really see is a it's slow, and B because it's slow you're gonna have to take to the void first almost every time.
Yeah.
So there's not a whole lot of flexibility, but it is a grindy, powerful card.
And this is the next one, right? These the Primus. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it is a grindy card, but Hearthstone slowed down a lot, so Definitely going to be looking forward to seeing it in action, assuming we get it. All right, so the Primus is the Death Knight legendary card. Let's see what this is all about. 8 mana, 7/9. Okay, not bad stats. Titan. After this uses an ability, discover a ruin with that. Discover card with that. Oh, okay, that ruin. So basically, could be one of them, right? Oh, so there's 3 of them. There's Blood, there's Frost, and there's Unholy. Ah, nice. Okay, so Ruins of Blood. By the way, discovering after use it's very nice. Destroy an enemy minion. This minion and your hero gains its. Wow. So that's amazing. Yep. Heal hard removal against a druid that could be devastating. Because let's say druid has, a big 10/10 on board. That's really powerful. So this guy basically gets the health as it's a buff.
Yep.
Very powerful. I love that already. Let's see Frost. Your next spell you cast costs 3 less and has spell damage +3. Wow, okay. That's insane. Yeah, really, really good. Especially Frost tends to burst you down. Ruins of Unholy. Summon 2 3/3 undead with Taunt and Reborn. Okay, well, that's probably the weakest of them, but it's still a taunt and it has Reborn, so they're going to be a little bit sticky. Yeah, that's good.
Makes it pretty likely for your Primus to live another turn.
Yeah, I like it.
If you don't need the spell damage or you don't have a big minion to clear with Ruins of Blood.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I mean, all these effects are pretty good. You get some value. You get to clear some stuff probably. You get some board presence.
People seem to like it. Yeah, I like it a lot. Plus, that heal could potentially be really good. I mean, against the aggro, it might not be so great, but
yeah, and 9 health with the option to put up taunts or kill a minion and get more health. This is gonna stick for a second or third ability like a lot of the time. Not to mention if it sticks for the second ability, and you get to play Runes of Frost and pick like the biggest, nastiest board clear or other spell that you can find, and clear a board or point it at face.
Yep, it's gonna be good. Very good. This one though is the weakest of the Titans. 6 mana. They all seem to be 6 mana except for the druids, but druid can ramp, so it's not an issue. 3/5 horrible stats, so it's gonna be killed easily. This minion's abilities repeat on another random friendly minion, which is probably going to be good. Let me see. Attach the cannons. Give +2/+1. Deal 4 damage from random. Well, that's good. Yeah, especially if it goes. So basically, this isn't going to be so bad statted after all.
Yeah, exactly. It's basically if you have another minion on board, it's +4/+2.
That's actually really good.
Deal 4 to an enemy twice.
It's really good. And I questioned, can they bounce it back and get the 3 effects back again? Obviously, it loses the buff.
That I'm not. So, I mean, usually if you bounce a card in Hearthstone, everything resets, right? It loses buffs and stuff like that. So my assumption would be the card resets and you get to use all the abilities again.
That's a little bit OP.
But also, this is a new kind of card, so maybe not.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Full power, +1/+2, draw a card. That's good. Rogues love card draw. Gain 3 health and can't be targeted. Wow, by spells. Well, that's probably going to be one of the default ones.
Yeah, that's kind of the one you take if your opponent's got, if your opponent's playing like Druid or Priest or something, they don't have a board, and you just want your Titan to for sure stick.
Yep.
Maximize defenses. But yeah, this card's really good. I've seen people be down on it, but I think they're just down on it because it's not like the most flashy effect compared to like Sargeras or something.
True.
But I think this is really strong. It's like very strong tempo rogue kind of card.
It is. Let's see what they're saying about that. Worse than So yeah, you're right. People don't seem too enthused about it, but we'll see. I think it's a good card.
Yeah, so I mean, this is like a face kicking card. So,
the Observer. So it's a legendary, not a Titan, but it's a 4/4 mana. Okay, you replace your hero power with his vision. So let's look at the top card of your opponent's deck. You may put it on the bottom of their deck. Ooh, wow, that's actually really good. But keep another. All right, yeah. Well, yeah, that's good for who would use this though. Slow, grindy control deck that could prevent your
Yeah.
opponent from doing a lot of good things.
I think this is generally not worth running. Like probably not worth a card slot. Um because usually decks aren't I mean even when the game's grindy like it is right now, people aren't decking out. Um it's also a tempo loss in a lot of matchups, right? If you're just playing a 4-mana 4/4 with a very slow effect.
True. This guy likes it, but he says it's
Yeah, like I mean the best application for this is like this is a weird example because it's rotated out, but like the priest quest, like anything like that where you're shuffling some powerful thing into your deck with the downside that you have to draw it.
yeah, you're right.
It's like you could make a deck like that take a really long time to draw their payoff, or the other example I thought of is like Bomb Warrior back in the day when they'd shuffle bombs into your deck. They
Yeah.
could play that kind of deck that is shuffling stuff into your deck. They could say, oh, like they could look at your cards for 1 mana, look at your deck, and say, oh, that's not a bomb. I'm going to put it on the bottom. And then they just kind of
Ooh, that would be interesting. Yeah.
stack your deck with stuff that you don't want to draw. But those are pretty niche.
I'm pretty sure there are going to
Situations.
be some highlight videos, but you're right. We'll see. I think if anything, it'll be playing wild more than standard. But
Yeah, but that's the ultimate problem is like people don't draw their whole decks in most games.
tell you one thing. What if it was reverse, where it was your that would see play? If you check your own deck, you definitely want that.
Yeah,
If
well,
it's a bad card, you flip it back.
we've had that. That's Spear of Sapience.
Oh yeah, right. Didn't that see play?
It does, yeah. Although it's funny, a lot of that card's play in Wild is just to break Twig of the World Tree.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, it has seen play in control decks when it was in Standard.
Interesting. So this one here is
It's interesting, but yeah, I would be surprised if it got much play.
Yeah, I would agree. But I think it'll be a fun card. 4 mana, 2 for horrible stats. If you forged a card this game, craft a custom weapon.
Yeah, this is definitely one you're gonna want to look at.
Oh wow, yeah. So
Or
it's just coming to one. It's a 2/2 for 1 mana, 5 mana, 3, 4, 10 mana, 5, 6. That's a little bit expensive for a
yeah.
card. But let's look at. So you could give them poisonous, lifesteal, wind fury. Also damages adjacent minions. Your hero is immune. Ooh, that's very powerful. All of them are good. And what's the second one? After your hero attacks, summon a random 2-cost minion. Okay. After your hero attacks, summon a 4 cost and then an 8 cost. Oh, so the 8 cost, I'm assuming, will go on the big one, right? Obviously, these are the tiers. Okay, I see.
Yeah, they scale with the cost basically. So if you take the runic great mace, if you take the 10 cost, then you get the tier 3 effects.
Oh, imagine if it didn't matter. Oh, you 1 mana weapon and summon a random. Yeah, that'd be broken. But so pain. So the battle cry deal 2 damage, 4 damage, 6 damage. Okay, your hero attack, draw a card, draw 2, draw 3. Ooh. Death Rattle, deal 1 damage to all minions, 2 or 4. After your hero attacks, gain 2 armor, 4 armor, 8 armor. So it's going to be severely underestimated. I think it's auto included every deck that uses forge cards.
So
probably. This is a really good card, I think, but
this card's cracked, dude.
Yeah, who would use it though? Warrior for sure. I don't think Druid would be interested in it. We'll have to see what Druid's like.
It'll be. I have a feeling we'll see because they haven't shown a lot of forge cards. I have a feeling they'll be in like the card dump that they usually do at the end. We'll probably see some more neutral forges, but like, yeah, this is
really good.
These are pretty strong.
The only thing
some of the best combinations are like Wind Fury with summon a minion when you attack is really good because you can just immediately recover a whole bunch of tempo.
Druid could do some wonders with their Titan, refresh their crystals, Get
Mhm.
this, get some. Yeah, I see it has potential. A lot of
There's
potential. I think it's really good.
There's also the death rattle to all enemy minions plus poison. So then that's a board wipe. It's a 2-turn setup because you have to break the weapon, but it's a full board wipe.
That's right. And you're right. It's gonna be really, really good. Really good.
Poison plus immune is just like
Insane.
you kill a bunch of things.
I can't wait, man. It's gonna be a good card. I think a lot of people are gonna see a lot of play with it. This one, the Flame Behemoth, 6 mana, 4/5, Battlecry. Get 2 random magnetic mechs. They cost 2 less. Ooh, okay, so the fact that they cost less, and if you could get anything that's, you might not be able to play it on turn 6, but if you wait, he could potentially become really big, right? I like him.
Yeah. It's you definitely pay a lot up front, but the discount could be nice.
Not feeling this one. Glad it's not Discover. Yeah, we'll see if it sees play. I like its design, but we'll see. It's
Because it depends a little bit too, like how many. If there's a bunch of 1-cost magnetics, then you're kind of wasting your discount.
Yes, sir.
Don't really want to get those.
Yes, sir. Here's a new mech, a pretty cool art. I think it's cool. We'll mess around. Probably maybe a little bit. Well, Mech Mage seems to be a thing now. Maybe Rogue will want it. Who knows? And Rogue could bounce it back too. So yeah, Rogue might want it because Mech seems to be being pushed real hard for Rogue right now. 3 mana, 2/2 magnetic. Okay, Death Rattle. Give a friendly mech +2/+2 in this Death Rattle. That's actually pretty good. The fact that it has magnetic.
Yeah.
You could attach it to another minion. Yeah, this is a good card. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how much stuff there's going to be like replicating Menace from back in the day, like how many token mechs there are going to be. But if there's stuff like that, then this is just pretty strong.
Be good. I agree.
Especially if you're dictating the trades. It'll be kind of weak when you're on the back foot, but probably not bad.
Probably not bad. You're right. I like it. But here's the first dragon I think we've seen. Razor Scale, 3 mana, 2/4. Okay, decent stats. A little low on attack, but cards can't cost less than 2. Interesting. That's kind of a rogue counter, isn't it? They're the only ones that really
like a cheating in general counter.
Yeah, actually, that's kind of interesting. You think this will see play? Depends on the meta.
I think it's super weak because it's not a battle cry.
Yeah.
So all your opponent, like this is theoretically an anti-combo card, but all your opponent has to do is kill a 4 health dude and then go about their business.
Yeah, I like it. It's interesting, but I think you're right, just not good enough. It's interesting though. Maybe Priest will do something wild with it. Who knows? Oh, wow, there's a lot of neutral cards. What's this? 9. All right, so let's look at these. More dragons by the looks of. Oh, okay. So the first one, ooh, interesting. This is a forged one, 5 mana, 3/2. Horrible stats. Battlecry. Deal 5 damage, randomly split among all enemy minions. I don't know if you forge it, life gain. So actually, then that's huge difference then. And what is it? You just have to drag it anytime during the game? That's it?
Yeah. Well, it's basically like it's like tradable. You drag it to your deck, and then instead of trading into your deck for something else, it just
all right.
But
so for 1 mana,
it costs 2, not 1 though.
Yeah. So if you get this on turn 1 and you automatically have nothing else to play, this would probably be pretty decent. Obviously, control decks.
Well, it costs 2 to upgrade them.
Oh, it does. Oh, it's not 1. Yeah. Okay, a little bit different. Then it's a little expensive. All right. So, but that potentially could heal you up pretty nice. I like it. The only thing is it's random.
I think disposal bots. I think it's really expensive for what it is.
Art. Real expensive. It's kind of cool, but it's random. You might get lucky, you might not. But interesting. Look at this. Oh man, these forged stuff is freaking horrible stats. Another mech. 5 mana, 3/2. Forge. Lifesteal. Oh, so it's already forged. Oh no, that's the forged version. I was going to say.
That's just what it looks like with the. Yeah.
All right, let's look at here. Mechanome guy. That's kind of cool. A 3/4 for 4 mana. Okay, stats are okay. Battle Cry. Discover a spell. Forge. It costs 3 less. That's not too bad later in the game, right? But if you're on turn 4 or turn 3 and you forge this, or even on turn 2 or 3 to forge it to get value on turn 4, you're losing board, you're losing tempo. So I don't know. It's a good card, I think, but I think it's a little slow, right? All these forge ones are slow.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's good, I think. No, but I don't know.
I don't think Mechanome Guide is pushed hard enough.
No. Oh, here's a cheap one, which you could play just for stats. Battlecry, get a random holy spell. Forge. Also heal. Restore 6 health to your hero. Actually, that's really good if you get late game. Yeah. Actually, this is probably the best one so far.
Yeah, this one's really good because there's going to be plenty of times where you just haven't taken much damage and you're happy to just take the holy spell on curve.
I like it. Very good.
Yeah, very good.
Let's look at this. This one's the 2 mana 2/3, so forged. So that means it's already. Oh no, that's the graphic for it. Let's look. Ooh, close. Let's look. 7/6/6 magnetic. Okay, that's good. Death Rattle, summon a random 8 cost minion. Okay, I actually like that.
Dude, this is basically a cheaper plagued Proto Drake.
Yeah.
And it also has magnetic. Like this card's
yeah, this is good, and this will be in a lot of mech decks. Yeah, it's a very good card. Even if you don't play it for that, it's still good.
Yeah, I mean, this will be insane in arena at the very least.
Oh yeah,
because big things that summon other big things. Yeah,
very good card. Time Lost Proto Drake, 4 mana, 4/5. Okay, pretty standard stats. Taunt. Okay, that's even better. When you draw this, add a random dragon. Oh, I love this. So it gives you value by just drawing. I love cards like this because look, it gives you a resource. So obviously it's random. You could get high. Dragons tend to be really good, by the way. I guess the ultimate thing would be getting another one of this. It's a back-to-back effect, but yeah.
Well, no, it wouldn't activate again.
Oh no, because it's draw. You're right, but still, yeah, this is really good. Dragons tend to be really good, by the way. So yeah, this is an excellent. This is excellent in arena, right? I think this is good enough to probably see play in certain standard decks. It's definitely see play in wild because dragons are a thing in wild. I don't know about standard, but yeah, this is good. Really good for arena.
If there's any hand size matters stuff going on.
Yeah.
It'd be good.
And really good for excellent card for arena too. 3/3. After you forge a card, get a copy of it. Well, okay. It's elemental, by the way. That's good if you're into the forge stuff. You could potentially get a lot of good value out of this. You probably would want to play it. The only problem is if you play this on curve and just put it on there, it's probably going to die. You probably want to hold it, and then that's kind of expensive. So we'll see.
Yeah,
but it might be decent.
But you only have to forge the card. You don't have to forge and play the card, right?
Yeah.
So you could see a situation where it's like turn 7 or whatever. I'm gonna play Melted Maker and I'm gonna forge 2 cards.
True.
Right.
I like it.
That would be a slow play, but maybe it's a slow matchup. Maybe it isn't.
True. Oh, look at this beast. Sharp Eye Seeker. 3 mana, 3/3. Battlecry. If there is a card in your deck that didn't start there, draw it. Ooh.
Yeah, so I mean, this is probably, if not immediately, it's probably long term one of the strongest cards in the set.
Oh yeah, anything
like we were talking about earlier. Like anytime you're shuffling like something powerful into your deck, like the Priest Quest or whatever.
Yep. Oh yeah, Priest. Oh yeah. This
immediately. There's some rogue synergy too from back in the day with like shuffling. What were they? Shuffling like Nerubians into your deck, or Druid shuffling Jade Idols.
Yep.
Yeah, and this card will do things for sure.
Yes, sir. It's very good. All right, this one, the careless person here. It's okay. 3. Wow, way overstated. 3 mana, 4/5. Really good. After you draw a card, your second card. Wait. After you draw your second card in a turn, destroy this. Very good aggro card, by the way.
Yeah,
Because aggro doesn't get card draw, so.
yeah,
This.
crazy stats. I feel like some mid-range decks will play this.
Yeah,
too.
I like this a lot.
Just because they'll run a high enough curve that they're not.
This is
worried
such a
about not
great.
drawing.
Yeah, this is such a great card. Because usually when it's overstated, it has usually a pretty good or bad negative effect, but this really doesn't. I mean, druids would never play this. Well,
It's going to
maybe.
be pretty negligible most of the time.
Yeah.
Because people
Wow.
by and large don't like to give you cards, so those cards don't see a lot of play.
Yeah, exactly. And if this ever becomes hardcore meta, then they'll maybe they counter. But yeah, that's an excellent card. Probably one of the better ones in the set too. Event Omatics. So what's this? A 2 mana 2/3. Okay. Whenever you magnetize a minion, give it +1/+1. Oh yeah, this is gonna see play. This is really good. Cheap.
Yeah, it's a little bit snowbally.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
It's like not as snowbally as Mech Warper, but
Dude, wild mechs
a
are
little
gonna
bit
be
snowbally.
wild mechs are gonna be a thing.
Yeah, but if you magnetize itself, which you're probably doing a lot of the time, then yeah, a little bit snowbally.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be good. I like it. Oh, here, let's look at this guy. Legendary. That's so cool. So he's 8 mana 6/10 rush. Okay, whenever this attacks a minion, put it in your hand. Wow. Okay, so it doesn't have to kill it.
Yep.
Death Rattle.
In fact, it's whenever, not after. So it basically saps it to your hand without taking damage.
Wow. Move any in your hand to the. Oh, that kind of sucks. So that means when it dies, it will randomly give you a card. Move any?
Yes.
Why does it say move, though? Weird. Oh, so it's basically switching spots.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you attack something. You attack your opponent's minion. It goes to your hand. If they then kill Kalagarn, then they get their minion back, but in their hand.
Oh, okay.
So
Interesting.
I guess it's still a lot of liability to play this, I think.
You know what's a good counter, but so very often if your opponent doesn't have anything on board, I guess, or if you play everything before they death rattle, yeah, it's a little situational though.
Yeah.
I like it.
I guess you can, like, if you use it to remove a really crazy minion, you can silence it, but that's pretty niche.
The fact that it doesn't take damage is really good too, because 10 is not going to be easy to remove, especially if you're behind on board.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and if they if they remove it with like a polymorph kind of effect, then they're not getting the
minion back.
Their minion back, so they're kind of incentivized to kill with damage.
Yep. This is gonna be interesting.
I don't know. It feels clunky, right?
But it's interesting.
It is interesting.
We'll see if it's good. But here, let's look at here.
I guess the thing is, if there's like a cheap way to bounce it back to your hand,
rogues could do.
It could be kind of good sometimes. I mean, you don't want to be like shadow stepping and replaying this, but like if there's a cheaper way to do that kind of thing, right?
It would be good. All right, so let's look at this. 5 mana 3/3 horrible. At the end each turn, this is in your hand. Transform into a random card in your opponent's deck. Oh wow! Traditionally, it's a random in their hand, but deck. Okay, this could potentially be interesting. And not only that, it gives you intel, right? So that's kind of good. I don't know if it'll see play though. Priest had something like that did, right? Or was it a druid?
This is this is basically Shifter Xeris, right?
Yeah. Oh, we'll see. I don't know. I think Arena. I think it'll be excellent because Arena.
At 5 mana, it probably doesn't. It probably hits things that are cheaper than it a lot of the time, and it's probably bad.
It's probably bad. 4 mana, 2.
And also, there's just more reliable things you can do.
Right. 4 mana,
Really?
2/5 rush, has 4 attack on your turn. Okay, that's good. So that means it'll trade into stuff. I like this card.
Yeah, it'll trade up well. Yeah.
Very good card. I like it. And it's beast, just in case that matters. This is a ruined.
Also, it's a hellhound. Shouldn't it be a demon beast?
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, you would think. Ruin Fueled Golem, 4 mana, 4/4. Discover a weapon from any class. Okay, that's interesting. That's really good for Arena. Will it be good for Standard, though?
Probably not.
No. Good for Arena, for sure. Yeah, but I don't know about Standard.
Like, unless some class like Druid that doesn't have weapons wants to run a weapon for some reason. But then you're talking about not equipping your weapon until turn 5, which is a little sus.
3 mana, 4/3. Good stats. Another dragon. Battlecry. Get a random card from your starting hand. Okay, so that gives you stuff back. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I could see this. I mean, you're getting a card that was good enough to be in your deck in the first place. You're just getting a second or third copy of it.
Yeah, I like it. And it's dragon, just in case that matters. It's 4/3. It's kind of aggressive. Yeah. I like it. I think that'll see play. I don't know, but definitely really good in Arena. Yeah, we'll see. 2 mana, 3/2. Celestial. Oh, look at this guy. Projectionists here. So, Battlecry, just choose a friendly minion. Add a temporary copy to your hand. Oh, okay. So that means you have to play it.
I'm interpreting that to mean you have to play it right away.
Yeah, so if you can play it right away, then it's good. Probably good for Arena, but we'll see. Not bad. I like these cards. They're pretty decent.
So the advantage of this over something like Faceless is it's cheaper, and you get to use a Battlecry again.
Very true. Ooh, wow, look at this. All right, here I'm going to take a quick bio break. Rev, I'll be right back.
All right.
All right. Wow, there's a lot of things here. Why is this a... Oh, it's a 0 mana, 0/3 Ancient Totem. Actually, that's probably...
It's not bad.
It's not bad, actually, because especially with Totem Shaman, get something on the board.
Just throw it into your buff turn, yeah.
It also gives... what's it? That 5-6 mana or whatever, Taunt. So it's turn 1, you could get a discount going for it if you have 2 of them.
Yep.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good then, especially for shamans. It's a 4 mana 7/7 again. Taunt. Okay, can't attack. Interesting. You could silence that, but even as a blocker, it's not that bad.
Yeah, this
problem
is
is,
a lot better than some of this kind of stuff they've made before, just because it has taunt.
yeah,
So if
because
you
then,
can't silence it, it's really not the end
yeah,
of the
because
world.
because if aggro silences it to get past it, that's backfires them because they're just gonna get a 7/7 that's gonna hit them.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like this actually. It's I don't know if it'll probably see play in arena, but I don't know about standard, but maybe silence priest thing, combos it could see play.
Yeah, what's the card that's like silences a minion and then gives it +3 health.
Yeah,
So yeah, Priest got some stuff
yeah,
for it right
priests are
now.
gonna love it. Here's a 1 mana, 1/2 battlecry. Get a 1/1 magnetic spark bot with a random bonus effect. Wow, this is good.
Yeah, so the random bonus effects are all they're what you would expect, like taunt, rush,
All
divine
right,
shield, poison,
really good one drop.
yada
Yeah,
yada.
excellent. Here is a Trog exile 3 mana 4/4. Okay, really good. Wow, rush. Battlecry deal 4 damage. Okay, well, interesting payoff. Maybe an aggressive deck would want this, but it's a lot of health to pay for. You like it?
I think it's just okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it quite makes the cut.
Nah. What about this one? 3 mana. Relentless. Ooh, look at the art. That's pretty cool. 2/4. A rush. Okay. After this attacks and kills a minion, restore this to. Whoa. Okay. That's actually really good. Really good against like paladins.
Yeah.
1/1s. Yeah. Actually, that's not bad. And it's a
So
beast.
this is I feel like a lot of times in the big neutral card dumps, there's usually like those 1 or 2 cards that are just kind of crazy. I think this is that card,
Yeah.
right? Maybe Ancient Totem as well.
If you could buff it too.
But like yeah, exactly. If you can, especially if you can hand buff it, it's
really good.
it's really crazy and it's going to lead to some like non-games where your opponent had the one opportunity to kill it but they couldn't, so now they're just lost in total darkness.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good card. This is a 5 mana 4/4. Battlecry draw a mech. Whoa, that's usually very good. The next mech you play costs. Yeah, this is a good card. It draws out of your deck, thins your deck. It targets a type of card, and then your mech gets 2 less. Yeah, this is pretty good.
So it's kind of a 3 mana 4/4, but you're paying it forward.
Yeah.
But as opposed to the legendary, because that was just get 2 mechs, this is draw, so might be a bit better than the legendary.
Yep, I like it. Oh, here's the 4 mana 3/5 taunt. Whenever this is attacked, whoa! So it punishes people to. So you want to try to kill it with 1 shot to minimize. Yeah, this is a really good card. I like it.
It's like bigger Acolyte of Pain with taunt.
Yeah, I like it.
Probably not unreasonable, right?
Yeah, it's really good in arena. Card draw's probably premium there. Yeah, good card. I like it. I think it'll see some play.
Yeah. Now we're probably past the days of Mage pinging their own things.
Yeah.
To draw cards, like that's a little slow for this day and age, but yeah, it's not bad.
Exactly. Oh, look at elemental support. 2 mana 2/3. After you summon an elemental, give it +2/+2. Yeah, there's probably see more play in wild than standard, unless there's a lot more elemental support. But yeah, that's a good card. Elemental shaman might like it. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it feels less likely to snowball than the mech version that we saw of this. It's not bad.
I like it. All right, so let's see here. Victorious here. It's a 1 mana 1/2. After this attack, get a 2/3 Valkyrie that costs 1. Ooh, well, that's actually good.
Yeah, I mean this is just like a bigger Firefly, right? It just helps you curve out.
Yep, I like it.
It's
if people
totally
are gonna
reasonable.
want to, yeah, people are gonna want to remove it. Really good for arena too. Oh, look, a lot of good arena cards. Oh, look at this art. 3/2/5 beast. Battlecry, destroy a friendly minion. All right, death row, summon a copy of it. Oh, interesting.
It's like a really good egg activator, right?
It is really good. So
And it's
people might,
decent stat in its own
yeah,
right.
I like it. Interesting. I like it a lot. It's good. Plus the art's really good. It's a Kraken. Okay, let's look here. Spark. Oh, here's the Spark Bugs Magnetic Reborn. Magnetic Divine Shield. Taunt, Rush, Wind Fury. Okay. Lifesteal, Stealth, Poisonous. What is this last one? Oh, it's a 1 mana 2/3 undead. Oh, that's the token. I was gonna say that's like one of the best 1-drops ever.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I mean some of these neutrals are kind of strong. Like I wouldn't be surprised to see Ancient Totem, Anubisoth, Relentless Warg is insane.
Yeah.
The Valkyrie is insane.
Yep. I like it. Good, some good neutrals. All right, so here's an 8 mana 8/8 or Taunt Forge. Costs 2 less, can be forged endlessly. So even if you discount it once, forge once, because if you got this in your opening hand, it's not so bad. Yeah, especially if it's like a druid doesn't have like druids tend to. I could see this being in a druid deck because druids tend to. There's times where you don't have anything turn 2 other than hero power. There's potentially where there's no turn 3 play. Yeah, I think this is good. I mean, if you discount it once, it's 6 mana for 8/8 with taunt. That's amazing. That'll see play.
So if you forge it on 2 and then you forge it again on 3, then you can play a 4 mana 8/8
with taunt,
which is, I mean, that's similar to playing. That's like similar to tap Molten Giant.
Yeah, that's what someone says. Yeah.
Mountain Giant back in the day. Now granted, the game is quite a bit faster than it was then.
Yeah, and someone's talking about the Melted Maker combo. If you forge, get a copy of it. Ooh. Yeah, but to get to 0 would take a little while. But still, yeah, I like that card a lot.
Yeah, generally, I don't think you want to be doing nothing with your Hearthstone turns. But,
yeah.
But if there's like more cards like the Smith that wants you to forge cards, if you just need more total foraging, maybe.
Yep. Format, it's a Hela, which is a Death Knight, 4 mana 4/4. Battle Cry, shuffle 3 plagues into your opponent's deck. Plagues they draw this game are unending, which means they never go away.
Yeah, so if you look at these plagues, there are 3 types of plagues, and basically they're like negative cast when drawn effects.
All 3. So Blood Plague, when drawn, take 2 damage, restore 2 to the enemy. Wow, that's very good. Unholy, when drawn, take 2 damage, summon 2 2/2 undead for your opponent. Frost, when drawn, take 2 damage. Your next card costs 1 more up to. Wow.
Yeah. So
this is a really good card, by the way.
Yeah. So there are other cards that shuffle plagues, right? But if you've played Helia, then the plague being unending bit just means that if you draw the plague, if your opponent draws the plague, it activates and then it shuffles back into their deck again.
Yes, sir.
So then they can keep drawing it and drawing more plagues.
Wow. Very good card. But they're talking about Steam Cleaner's already seeing play, so it'll probably be teched. Yeah, Steam Cleaner will probably see some play. Very good card, but very hard countered. So, yeah, but we'll see. Steam Cleaner does see play, but I don't know if we'll see more of it. But we'll see. Ooh, reveal. So, it's a Frost Unholy down with the ship. Deal 3 damage to a minion. If it dies, shuffle 2 random plagues into your opponent's deck. Well, I love this plague synergy, and if this is a thing, they're going to hard counter it. So it's hard. If this becomes really good, which I anticipate it will, it really punishes like Druid, who tends to draw a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's just such a hard counter for this. Even in Wild, there's a counter. What was that other one that removed all 1 cost? It used to run to F up the Jade Druid. God, what was it? It was a 6 mana, right?
Skulking Geist.
Yeah, so that saw play because of the Jade Druid. So yeah, if this becomes prevalent and standard, then Steam Cleaner is gonna put an end to their game plan. So I think it's a really good cards these year I see, but I think they're going to be hard countered. You don't agree? Look at this shit.
I think. Yeah, I mean, I think they seem like a pretty reasonable win condition. I'm just wondering about if you go full rainbow or if you go just frost and unholy,
Yeah.
or what are we doing here, right?
And what is this? 4 mana,
Like,
4/3.
do you use the plagues in an aggressive deck as like chip damage, or do you go full control,
Yeah.
or what?
Oh, look at this Tomb Trader. Destroy a plague in your opponent's deck and deal 3 damage to all enemies. Oh, that's actually nice for board clear. That's actually good.
Yeah, very good card.
Very good card. 1 mana, 2 plagues, Staff of Primus. After your hero attacks, shuffle a random plague. I like this, but again, the problem with plagues, if it's so prevalent, where it's kind of like the affliction warlock they're saying, but Steam Cleaner is going to see play. But the thing is, I think Steam Cleaner rotates this April, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so that means this will be even stronger.
The thing that's really strong about this archetype too is pure paladin is really good right now.
Yeah.
And if you're shuffling stuff that isn't paladin cards in, then their stuff's not going to activate.
Dude. Yeah, you're right. Interesting. It's going to be interesting. Interesting.
You're talking about like your deck's win condition and just nullifying another deck.
Yeah, you know what else it counters?
Condition.
Reno in Wild.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. 11 mana, 8/5. Horrible steps. Rush Reborn. Okay, so it has Reborn. Costs 1 less for each plague you shuffle to the enemies. Oh, okay. So potentially this could come out really quick.
Yeah, it's a nice little payoff, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it has Rush 2. It's going to be able to trade virtually everything. The only thing is it can probably die, but it has Reborn, so it'll stick. Good payoff for plagues. Might be a bit slow, but Reborn certainly makes up for it. Yeah, I agree with that. I like it a lot. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Plague Death Knight, but like again, it's going to be probably hard countered.
Yeah.
So, which then totally gets rid of your game plan. But hey, maybe the deck will be good enough to win without it. All right, here we go. Disguise. So it's a 2 unholy, 2 mana, 3/2. Death Row. Shuffle 2 random plagues into. Wow, dude, you're gonna really potentially fill up. So let me ask you something. Does this interrupt card draw too when it casts, or does it then pull a real card?
No. All the cast when drawn cards.
Well, okay, just like
they pull and then they draw.
Because it would be like
so you can you can chain plagues into other plagues.
All right. Because it would be like
Black Widow. Or you can draw a plague and then draw another card.
Oh, dude, if it was like Black Widow where it denied it, oh yeah, people would be freaking. Yeah, that wouldn't work.
Yeah, but yeah, this works like Hakar's Blood and all that kind of stuff. Like you hit the plague and then you draw another card.
All right, cool. I was gonna say otherwise, we then definitely gonna have Steam Cleaner. All right, here's let's see, Frozen Over, 2 mana, 1 frost. Both players draw 2 cards. Your opponent cannot play them next turn. Whoa. Well, that's kind of interesting. It could be a combo disruptor, but you can't control what it's doing. Late game's probably better. Shit, yeah, especially if you're in the late game, you get some late game cards and you can't play them. Ooh, a person could potentially have to play garbage cards, lose tempo. Yeah, interesting. I like it. Is it going to see play though? Probably, maybe.
I think generally you don't want to be giving your opponent cards, but I mean you could be making them draw plagues. So
yeah,
there's that.
Northern Navigation. Okay, discover a spell 1 frost from your deck. If it's a frost spell, freeze a random enemy. Wow, that's really good. Because you get to freeze a minion. You could potentially control which one. And you draw a card. And you're obviously going to build your deck around it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Yeah, it's good.
Seems good.
3 mana.
You don't even have to go full cross spells either. You just have to have it be the majority.
Yes, sir. I like it. All right, so let's see this card. It's a 3 mana 3/3 Battlecry. Spend 3 corpses to deal 3 damage. It's a little expensive. Oh, Forge. Gang them instead. Okay, that's good. So it's high incentive to forge it. The only problem is, on turn 2, well, a lot of times Death Knights will just hero power, so I guess it's not that bad to just. I mean, who cares about 1 damage, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
All the forge cards that you can reasonably forge on 2 and then do something on 3 or 4 seem kind of interesting.
I like it.
But I don't think this card's like particularly powerful in general.
I don't know. Well, 3 corpses can be kind of hard to get.
Because I mean, it's kind of like a 5 mana 3/3 deal 3. Like there's
Yeah.
nothing like groundbreaking about that.
Yeah, interesting.
Could be kind of strong on curve if you do nothing on 2, but
Weird anti-synergy with Plague. Yeah, I like it, but it's probably right. It's probably not. All right, so we got all that. God, there's a lot of cards. Shit, still tons more. Oh, look at these. All the hunters. Okay, so here we are. Overseer or whatever of Miss. 2 mana, 1/4. Okay. After you summon a minion with attack, with more attack than this, which will be really easy, give off friendly minions. Oh, well, yeah, that's kind of like Savage Roar, right? Kinda.
yeah, this card's really strong.
It is really, really strong.
And Hunter's kind of getting some high attack token stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, should be pretty good.
Stables. Fabled Stable Hand. 3 mana, 3/3. Rush. Battlecry. If you control a minion with 4 or more attack, game plus. Well, that's going to be easy. Yeah, that's a really good card, too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Awakening Tremors. Or 1 mana. Get 3 4/1 worms. They cost 1. All right.
Can you see the synergy?
Yeah, there's a lot of yeah. Smorky Hunters.
Are they being clear enough?
Yeah, this is something I read the text more. Oh yeah, people are bitching about it too. Oh, Smorky Hunters are returning, guys. Yeah, those are good. All those are good cards.
They're easy to kill, but gosh, are they gonna hit hard?
Yes, sir. 6 mana, 6/2 weapon. Okay, cost 1 less for each friendly secret that has triggered. Wow. It's a little situational, right? I think it's probably too slow for even Hunter. But 6 attack is so good, though, dude. You know they're going face with that, right?
Oh, for sure.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be the case that if you're paying actual mana for secrets, then you're losing tempo. But
Yeah.
If there's some good ways to cheat this into play,
Interesting.
rather to cheat the secrets into play, then it's pretty reasonable. Like there's one card coming up that lets you play multiple secrets for 1 card. So
Oh yeah, that's really good. So always a bigger. So let's look at here. 1 mana, give a minion +2 attack. Well, that's good synergy. The excess damage dealt by attacks hits the enemy hero. Okay, that's good. Interesting. Titan Forge Traps, 2 mana. It can be forged, discover, and cast a secret. That's actually really good for 2 mana. Forge, do it twice. Okay, that's really good. Secret. When a friendly minion is attacked, give it +2. Well, that's really good. Bait and switch. Yeah, these are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Hunter's getting too many good stuff, dude.
Everybody gets scared.
They should. All right, so we're done with that. Let's look at this beast. Magnetic Rush. What? Can magnetize to... Oh, wow, mechs and beast. It's a parasite, so that kind of makes sense. Wow, that's a really good card. Yeah, that's really good. 10 mana, 15. Ooh, we could hit face.
Yeah,
Everyone's talking about face. That's so funny.
It's also just a 2 mana 3/1 rush.
Yeah, and that'll clear out stuff.
Pretty decent a lot of the time.
Yes, sir. I like it. It's a 2 mana, 3/2. Does battle card. Discover a spell from another class that costs 3 or less. Okay, that's kind of cool. And what is this here? Gear shift. Shuffle the the two leftmost cards in your hand into your deck and draw 3 cards. Whoa. Who's this for now? Is this for
It's
Rogue? Oh, shit. That's really good.
Yeah, gear shift's crazy,
Freaking
right?
crazy. Wow.
Absolutely stupid. So like obviously there's the aspect of like, oh, you've got some big card in your hand and it's
Get
too
rid of it.
early.
Yeah.
Let me just get rid of it, right? And I'll draw 3 cards, and it's like another mulligan kind of. So there's that. There's also, if you have 2 or less cards in your hand, then you're just upgrading your hand basically,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
It's really, really
crazy.
good. What
You
is
played
this?
on empty hand, like my god.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's going to definitely see play, and it's cheap. Slick. So here's a 1 mana. Minions take double damage this turn. Deal 1. What? Minions take double damage this turn. Deal 1. So kind of like a
Yeah,
removal. So
so
1 mana for 2. It's actually pretty good.
yeah, 1 mana for 2, scales really hard with spell damage.
Wow.
And also, we're talking about rogues, so they don't really board clear, but theoretically, if you're casting multiple spells, then your clearing thing is pretty efficiently.
Wow. Rogues are getting a lot of good stuff. And look at this mech, 3 mana, 2/5. So it's actually pretty decent statted. After you play a mech, get a random one of his gadgets. Look at his gadgets. Oh, wow, there's 6 of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of reminiscent of spare parts.
Yeah, your next card you play costs 2 less. Ooh, that's good. Give a friendly minion +3 attack. This is really good for him. Gain stealth until the next turn. Choose 2 minions. They swap stats. That could potentially be good. Give a minion taunt divine shield. That's actually really good. Discover a minion from an opponent's owner's hand. Well, that's actually really good for information. Deal 3. Yeah, this is good. Are people bitching about him? Nothing exciting. This is a good card. I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, it's a good card.
Yeah, I mean, even like the stat switching will be kind of crazy sometimes, because like your opponent's got a big minion, you just swap their big minion with your small minion and go
Yep.
face or take a good trade, or maybe you've got 1 big minion, 1 small minion, you get to attack with your big minion, then transfer to the small minion, you kind of you get to
Yeah.
like double dip that
Really
thing.
good.
Stealth's kind of crazy too.
All right. I like
Yeah,
it. Really good
totally
card.
reasonable.
They're going really into the mech synergy from Rogues. Another mech.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like sometimes they don't push these themes very hard, but like
This time they are.
Rogue is getting mechs pushed really hard, and Death Knight's like all in on plagues.
Yep.
So
And then, yeah, another mech. Thinking of which,
cool.
another mech, 4 mana. Lab Constructor. 3 mana or 3 attack 2. At the end of your turn, summon a copy of this. Forge, gain magnetic. 4 mana. So 4 mana for 6/4. It's not that bad, actually. Plus, if you forge it, that's
Yeah.
Hmm.
So it's really crazy if you forge it, because whatever, you're not just summoning another 3/2, you're summoning whatever you magnetized it to.
Yeah. Wow, this is a good card.
So
Very
yeah,
good card.
this will be kind of steamrolly sometimes if they can't if they can't kill the mech that you originally play, and then they can't kill you magnetizing it.
Yes, sir.
Then,
I like it.
They're gonna get rolled.
Yes, rogues are gonna be very annoying. This one here, pit stop, discover a mech from your deck, give it +2/+1. That's great. Copper tail Snoop here, 3 mana, 4/3. Magnetic. Whenever this attack, get a coin. Wow. Okay.
Feels like a very strong tempo rogue card.
Yes.
Like you play this, or you magnetize it and they can't deal with it, you get a coin, then you play what's his name? You play the Titan earlier.
Yes, sir. And look at this. 2 mana, get 3 1/1 magnetic spark bots for the random effects, and they're all again. Yeah, that's a good card too, especially if you want magnetic. That copy mechanic. Yeah,
You're
Rogue's
definitely
gonna.
paying a premium though.
Yeah, that is true, and you don't develop the board, so we'll see if that one will see play. But oh man, Rogue's getting a lot of shit. Oh, here we go. Priest cards. 4 mana. Give all enemy minions -2 attack. Destroy any with 0 attack. That's actually could potentially board clear. Especially early game minions aren't going to be very. Yeah, that's actually pretty decent.
Shadow Word Horror, which is pretty good.
Yep. And then Grace of the High Father. Restore for 3 mana, restore 8 health. That's a lot. Discover a card that costs the amount overhealed. Ooh, more overhealed. That's a good card too. Even just for 8, right? But is Priest going back to being controlling rather than aggressive? Because right now they're aggressive more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to see. Decent cards. Ooh, Druid stuff. Let's see this.
Solid card.
Well, this garbage we have to go through first, Rev. Priest card. 3 mana. Transform minions in your hand into ones that cost 3 more. They keep their original. Well, that's RNG, which I don't like. But if your hand sucks, and it's mid game or late game, this might be pretty decent. I don't know. You think it's going to see play? 3's a lot. Elemental Shaman.
I mean,
Evolved Shaman's a thing, so.
It reminds me of Deck of Lunacy, which is pretty good. So
yeah, I like it.
I would keep an eye on this.
Yes, sir. High rolls will always happen. Low rolls won't. Sometimes might. 6 mana, 5/5. Death Rattle. Summon each other minion you have played this game that didn't start in your deck. Oh, very interesting. Well, then that's Stars alignment synergy right there.
Yep.
I like this. Actually, could potentially be really good. It is a little slow.
Yeah. It feels like this is your big deck payoff, but it's a death rattle, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, should be better.
So it might be kind of slow sometimes.
Yep, it is slow, but it's interesting. I can't wait to mess around, see what people come up with. 8 mana, 8/8, shapeless. Ooh, a battle cry. Transform into an 8/8 copy of a random minion in your hand. Well, you could build your deck around that, but again, it's random.
What do you use this for? Because it's kind of hard to really cheat mana with it when it's 8, right?
Yeah. Well, you could.
So.
Yeah, weird.
I guess the applications you're trying to get some insane effect that's normally low statted.
Yeah, interesting.
I'm trying to think what that would be, but yeah, it's interesting.
I like it, but we'll see. What is this? False Discipline here? The Sightfall here? It's a 2 mana 2/2 battle cry. Discover a legendary priest minion from the past. Does that mean the ones from the wild?
Yep.
Oh, well, priest has some amazing. Yeah, this is a good card. You don't really feel bad about playing it on a curve, and you potentially have something later on. It's a little RNG, but it could give some good. I like it. Do you think it'll see play?
It's not bad.
It's not bad. I mean, there's only thing is a little low on health, but other than that, I like it.
Yeah. I'll just have absolutely no idea what you're. Well, not no idea, but I mean, there's a lot of priest legendaries.
Yeah. Look at this. 8 mana, 4/6 horrible stats, but Keeper of Nature.
You skipped.
Oh, I did?
3 cards because there was multiple.
Oh, there's more in there. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ancestral Automation. So let's see. 1 mana, 1/1 mech has +1/+1 for each other. Whoa. Summoned. One of those? Oh, very slow
so
card.
This is like the new Pogo Hopper. So you just want to play a bunch of it.
Interesting. You'd have to make copies of it. Okay, interesting. It might be a thing. We'll see. We already saw that. Creation Protocol, 2 mana. It's a forger one. Discover a minion from your deck. Forge. Get another copy. Okay, that's good resources. Priests tend to not do much on turn 2 a lot of times, but sometimes they do. So I could see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's expensive. I mean, so you're talking about spending 4 mana to get 2 extra copies of a minion, which I mean in a slow matchup you'll do that.
And Hearthstone slowed down a lot, so it's potential. It's kind of good because then we get to play greedier, slower cards. Well, and there's the token of the forged version. 3 mana, 4/3. Student of the Stars, Battle Cry. I mean, sorry, Death Rattle. Summon a copy of this into your deck with permanent +3/+3, which means it cannot be silenced. There's something like that for Hunter, and it sees play. I think this is good.
Mhm.
That's kind of good for grindy stuff. So, like, if you top deck it, it's going to be a really good card. Yeah, I like this. I can see this being definitely. And isn't there a spreading Death Rattle stuff too? So, yeah, I see this. I like it.
Yeah, so I mean we saw the neutral earlier that draws you a card that didn't start in your deck. I wonder if this counts as not starting your deck or not.
Yes, sir.
'Cause it's technically the same card, but it's just been buffed and shuffled.
Yes,
So,
sir. I can't. It'll be good. Oh, what's his name? Still playing Hearthstone? I haven't seen him for a long time. God, he's never left Hearthstone,
Oh,
man.
Ties? Yeah, dude, Ties loves Hearthstone, man.
Jesus, it's like all
Can't
these
get him to
years.
stop playing.
Couldn't he go to like Snap like everyone else did? Guess he's loyal. Don't buy the hand that feeds you.
Yeah, no, from time to time when I watch him, he's still excited about the game.
Wow. And more power to him. Any the game, good or great, gets old after a while. Anyways, 8 mana, 4/6, a horrible step. Choose one. Duplicate your hand or summon copies of all other friendly. Ooh, I was gonna say Aggro Druid would love this, but it's too expensive and they don't ramp. I like this a lot. This is a good card. Yeah, this is a good card. Horrible stats,
I'm not
but
totally sure what you do with this.
yeah, yeah. But I like it because it's. What about a more mid-range token type Druid? We haven't seen that for a while.
Yeah,
I like this.
I think the app. Well, the thing that jumps to my head is a Titan is 10 mana, and you refresh your mana crystals, and then you play Freya.
Yeah, Freya.
Your refresh crystals and copy your Titan, and then
yeah,
I mean, you won't be able to refresh again because it copies it copies what you've done and haven't done with the Titan, but then you can use one of the other 2 effects.
Correct. It's right that the 2 legendaries, Reno and Lease, without the Highlander restriction. Yeah, this guy, this Maximus here is a dumbass. Terrible card. They downvote him. It's just true. It is not a terrible card. What is he smoking? It's basically got rid of the Elise, which saw play, guys. And still sees play, I think, in Wild without the restriction. Yeah, it's some interesting combo. I really like this card. It's going to be flexible. Yeah, we're definitely going to be playing Druid in Death Knight. Oh, another Druid card, Discipline. 4 mana, 4/4, Battlecry. Your next choose one card has both effects combined. Well, obviously, you're probably never going to play that. You might want to play that on turn 7 to combo with Homegirl, but that's not going to be for her.
I think the more realistic application is what's the card? Drum Circle.
Yeah, it's like, dude, Drum Circle.
Fill your board with treants or buff them.
Like, very good card. I'm glad that they're pushing the identity of Druid back with the choose one. They kind of went away from it for a while. Yeah.
It's also just Nourish, like ramp and draw cards.
Dude, you tell me that turn 4, and a lot of times, I mean, there's been turn 4s, but this is like a excellent, and it does compete with what's his name, but I think it makes up for it if you could do this on turn the Widow's Bloom guy, which does ramp turn 4. That's what the Druid's default turn 4 is these days. But I think this is better because if you have Nourish and this on turn 4 and turn 5, that's way better than what's his name.
Yeah, I mean it's basically it's Fandral, but I mean it's better and worse in that you don't have the high roll of Fandral living multiple turns.
Correct.
But also they can't interrupt the effect by killing it.
Correct.
So.
Ooh, an Ancient of Growth, 7 mana, 5/5. Choose one. Summon 3/2/2 Trents. Okay, well that's pretty good. Or transform your Trents into 5/5 Ancients with. Ooh, is Trent Druids coming back? This is a good card, by the
Yeah,
way.
and the way these choose one effects always work is if you activate both of them, they go off in the order that they're written on the card, right?
Wow.
So if you have the 4/4 that we just talked about in play, it summons the treants,
And then,
and then it turns them into ancients.
wow.
So
Oh, I'm gonna love the druid. Looks like it's going
so
back
then
to
you're talking about summoning basically 4 5/5s.
people bitching about this card. Let me
Pretty
look.
good.
Huge support for. Yeah, it seems good. Yeah, I like it. I like it. We'll have to mess around with druid. We'll have to do theory crafting soon. 2 mana life binders gift. Choose one. Get 2 random nature spells. Okay, or reduce the cost of spells in your hand by. Most of the time, well, assuming you're spell heavy, you probably choose the second one to reduce cost. But 2 random spells for 2 mana is not that bad. It's kind of a power
Yeah.
creep. I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
spell
like how they're
I like it.
pushing. I like how they're pushing this choose one synergy. Wild's probably being better because they have a huge more selection. Okay, let's look at these.
Yeah, the nature spells are going to be pretty good a lot of the time too, just because you know there's those games where like you ramp and then you ramp and then you're like, okay, well what now?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah,
it's
it's
good to
gonna be
have
good.
your
Yep.
ramp cards do something other than ramping.
3 mana Frost Lotus Seedling. Draw 1 card. Gain 4 armor. Blossoms in 3 turns. Ooh, that's kind of slow. It's good armor, but it is card draw. What does it mean, blossom? That means you can't play
means
it?
it means it upgrades. So if it sits in your hand for 3 turns, then you
Oh,
can
this stuff.
use the upgrade
Oh.
effect. Yeah, so you see Lotus Blossom is the
Oh,
upgrade
draw
version.
2, 8. Wow. 2 cards for. Okay, 3 mana, 2 cards, and 8 armor is amazing. So you definitely want this in your opening hand, right? Problem is it's slow, but I like it. I think it's good. Do you agree?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. And what's this here? 3 mana, 3, 4. Okay, good stats. Battle cry. Transform a friendly Trent into a 5/5 ancient. Well, yeah. That's just so good. Okay, let's look here. 4 seedlings. Summon 2 1/1 seedlings. Blossoms in 2 turns. So let me guess. It gets better. 2. So you can play turn. Oh, man. With a coin, you could do turn 4. You put 2 2s on there. Yeah, finally Trents are back, dude. I think they're going to be really good. And with Wild, it's probably getting better because you have more Trent support. What's that one awesome legendary that made your Trents better too? What was that? I forgot his name. Well, you know who I'm talking about, right?
You're
For the
not
rest
talking
of
about Cenarius, right?
No, not Scenarios. It was where for the rest of the game, it was a 5/10 taunt or something like that. For the rest of the game, your Trent said something. Well, we'll look. I'll find out next time. Give your minions +2/+2, cost 1 less for each Trent. Well then, yeah, that's going to be hella cheap. Yeah, that's a good card but look at this Trent synergy, dude.
Yeah.
Even if you just can't.
Very cool. I'm always here for it. I like playing Token Druid.
Yeah, me too. It's been a while since we've had Token Druid. Blood Trent's not looking like trash. Oh, cost. Oh yeah, they talk about the Blood Trent. It's not so bad looking now. Interesting. Yeah, and we'll have to wait. It costs health instead of mana, especially with that armor. Yeah. There's some things we could probably do with that. Sometimes cards look like trash, and that's it. We're caught up. Wow, I really like what I saw for Death Knight. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really looking forward to that. But of course, we're gonna be playing Druid day 1. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Some exciting stuff. So we'll just know we left off on Druid, and
Yes,
yeah, there's
sir.
gonna be some Paladin and Demon Hunter and
Oh, you're gonna look forward to
Shaman
that.
and Mage stuff coming
Oh,
up.
Shaman is gonna be awesome. Yeah, the Druid's really strong. I like it. And this set so far has been pretty impressive. I haven't seen too much. There's some neutral stuff, but have you noticed the last few sets? Blizzard's done a better job with their neutrals, and I really like what the Druid's getting this set.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if there's gonna be hard counters to it though, with like a lot of board clears. Maybe.
Yeah. It'll be interesting too to see what Warlock gets, because they kind of dropped the crazy Titan on us and then haven't talked much
I
about
can't wait.
Warlock.
And I love Warlock. I think it's my 3rd golden heroes. So yeah, we got to start playing some Warlock again. But Warlock's been kind of weird lately, right? It's been either really garbage or really decent. It hasn't really.
It's
Warlock
always
hasn't.
good wild, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. We could always do wild. Or what about Twisted? You think Warlock's good in Twisted?
I have no idea, man, but it'd be cool to find out.
Yeah. All right, Rev, it is late. I know you have to go, but yeah, thank you. We're finally caught up, guys. I'm really looking forward to the Druid set. Demon
Yeah,
Hunter.
we got another couple weeks of reveals, and then the expansion's out early
Are you
next
going to
month.
get the pre-orders or not?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I'm
Good
telling you,
deal.
man. Spend $89 or $90, you get a shit ton of cards. So you spend $100 in Snappy, you might get one.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's
what they're
true.
smoking with the
Dude.
bundles. Well, some of the bundles are really good, but others are really bad. I don't know what they're smoking, but
Yeah, it's rough.
yeah, I don't know. But whatever. People keep buying it. Well, the ones that are gold, I guess, aren't too bad if you save up for it. But who's going to save up like 7,500 gold? It's a lot.
Yeah, if you're patient, you can get a good deal, but
Yeah. There's supposed to be
rough.
one in August that's like 2,500 gold I want to save up for. But I spent gold on that ultimate or premium variants because look at the shop. You buy 9 shit. It's incentivizing you to, which is greedy, by the way, because it's tempting you. Oh, you get 2,000 tokens.
Yeah.
Tokens are so hard to get now, guys. But don't worry, it costs gold. Go ahead and buy more gold. So it's a hidden.
Yeah, it's kind of a kickback for the spending players.
Yeah. So it's just making incentivization or incentivizing you to spend more money. I don't know. Whatever. It kind of sucks that we're not going to be able to get some of these new cards now.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. I think they'll have to make more changes. I mean, this has kind of been the problem with Snap is they'll make a good change, but then they also take something away, right?
Yeah.
So, it's always a 2-step forward, 1 step back kind of thing.
Yes, sir. There's this person try to call me. I haven't talked to them in a couple years. Okay. Oh, I know who he is. Yeah, weird. Anyways, is it like weird how people just like randomly call you on Discord? It's like kind of rude, right? You just don't randomly call people. Luckily, he didn't interrupt. All right, Rev. Man, I'm really looking forward to the Druid set and the Death Knight looking really good too. And I can't wait to see Shaman and Warlock.
Absolutely.
And I know you're looking forward to Paladin, like always.
Dude.
Let's
Big
hope it's
stats.
good. Yep.
Fight for the board.
You
That's the purest Hearthstone experience right there is Paladin.
Paladin. Yeah, Paladin's never been. Well, it's been lately about self damage, but yeah, Paladin's always been kind of a good mid rangey control type deck. It's never been. It's been an honest of all of them. It's not cheating. Usually doesn't. Oh, it does some cheating once in a while, but doesn't cheat out stuff too often. It does once, kind of sometimes, but it does what it does, and it doesn't really. It's honest about it. Like I said, I can respect that, even though it's annoying. It tends to be a bane of druids, though, especially when it's more control-y type, because it could get rid of druids' big boards. I'm like, oh, are you serious? But yeah, it's usually been a bane against druids. But lately, I don't know if it's a bad matchup for druids anymore. But I never liked as a druid playing against Paladin. But this token stuff might be kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'm just looking right now. So Demon Hunter, Mage, Paladin, and Warlock and Warrior have like almost none of their cards revealed yet. So we're gonna see a lot of stuff for them.
All right, guys, we'll be